I don't know how many of you guys have noticed yet, but I am no longer rocking the like little rinkety-dink chair that I was using to edit on anymore. I actually picked this chair up on the side of the street because I had a for free sign on it. So I was like, I'm picking that up, took it home, washed it down. Now we're here sitting in it. But the only problem with it is the fact that like over like a long period of time, it'll like slowly lower itself. And then I don't even notice it because it does it so slowly until I'm literally editing like this one day. But other than that, it's been a great chair and I have no idea why I'm telling you guys this.
Okay.
Anyways, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another YouTube video. For any of you guys that are new here, my name is Levi. Now, originally, this video was not even planned. Like, I literally planned this video the night before, and usually I do it like a whole week in advance. But I was originally going to record a new episode for my whole bodybuilding prep series. As some of you guys know, or maybe you don't know, maybe you're new here, I have a whole bodybuilding prep series I'm currently doing. So if you guys want to go check that out, I strongly suggest checking it out just because it offers a whole different perspective on my life and whatnot, or I should say a part of my life. Anyway, in today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about a topic that affects both your mental and your physical health, and it is going to be burnout, and it's simply how to avoid burnout. For those who don't know, I am a college student full-time, and I am a full-time content creator, I'm a business owner, and I'm an athlete, and I have an outside life from all of that. And so I'm a pretty busy individual, and that's why I decided to make this, because I had been experiencing burnout very often and I was getting tired of it. I just felt like as humans, we shouldn't be experiencing burnout. Like it just didn't make sense in my mind. So I was like, there's gotta be a way around it. And with that being said, I have been able to avoid burnout since May, which is like the longest I've gone with, avoiding burnout. And so with that being said, I want to share with you guys how I've been able to avoid it, because I feel like a lot of you guys could use that out there. Now, the first thing that you want to do to actually overcome burnout is to simply admit the fact that you are burnt out. Now, at first for me, I felt weak if I admitted that I was burnt out, just because like I have this mentality where I'm just like, go, 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 I don't care how I feel. But burning out, as some of you guys know, it literally drains the life out of you. And I just felt like I shouldn't have to feel like that, or I shouldn't even experience that feeling at all. And it took a whole perspective change for me to realize that, feeling burnt out is not a good thing, and that I'm not weak just because I feel burnt out. I'm actually very wise and smart to notice that I am, taking myself to a very unhealthy level, both, physically and mentally. That being said, once you can notice that you're burnt out, you can start, adjusting and doing different things to avoid burnout. So that's why the first step is so important and so crucial to avoiding burnout, because if you don't notice it, you're just gonna keep repeating that cycle. And I've been there where I just keep repeating the cycle without admitting it or even acknowledging it. Not only am I like this in like my work life, but I'm also like this in the gym as well, where I will go to the point where like, I might feel an injury coming on and I don't wanna be weak or anything, or admit that, my body is basically burnt out. So I'll keep going hard in the paint until it becomes an injury that's serious and that, I basically burn out physically. The second thing that you're gonna wanna do is get your priorities straight. The reason being is because for me, I have this tendency, I'm pretty sure a lot of people that experience burnout do this, they categorize everything as like having the same importance. So in other words, like I treat, school as if I need to put 100% effort into it. I treat my training like I need to put 100% effort into it. I treat this like I have to put 100% effort into it, 100% effort, 100% effort. And when you're constantly putting as much energy and effort into everything that you possibly can, you will get burnt out, because as humans, we don't have 100% energy to run on during the day. That's just not how we're built. So for me, it wasn't until I started to like acknowledge like, okay, I need to get my priorities straight, because there are things that are more important to me than other things. And those things that aren't as important, don't need as much energy into them, allowed me to finally start putting energy toward things that actually meant a lot more to me, and reserve energy so I wasn't constantly pouring it out into simply everything that I did. Now, before we get to the third thing, here is a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Many of the current viewers watching this video right now know that I've been very honest and open about my mental health on this channel. And the reason that I've been so honest and open about my mental health is because I know I'm not the only person that struggles with mental health stuff, which is why today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp. For those who don't know, BetterHelp is an online therapy platform for people like you and I to connect with therapists online to help us with our mental health problems. The best part about BetterHelp is it is super convenient because you can literally do it from the comfort within your own home. I understand some people might be afraid to go out in person and go get help for their mental health. They don't want people to know where they're going, but the thing about BetterHelp, it can literally all be done by your phone, tablet, whichever you decide to use. With that being said, if you or someone you know is struggling with their mental health, definitely reach out for help. And I think one of the best ways that you can reach out for help is clicking the link down below to BetterHelp to get help today. Now, the next thing is very similar to number one because it takes a perspective change, and that is going to be ask for help. And asking for help is not weak either, just like noticing the fact that you're burnt out is not weak. And the reason being is because as humans, we can only take on so much, right? Like, sure, you might be the start of something great, but to really create something great, it involves building a team of people, right? Here's an example I wanted to use. So let's just say you have 60 days to build a house, right? And all you know in regards to building a house or your skill set is that you can do framework, sheetrock, and insulation, right? But you have no idea how to do any of the plumbing or electric or roof work, right? And let's just say again, you still have 60 days to complete this project, but you're gonna try to take it on all by yourself. Well, now not only are you gonna have to learn a whole different set of skills, which is gonna take a lot of time, you have to take on all this by yourself. So in other words, good luck trying to build that house. You're probably gonna burn out in like 2 weeks trying to get that thing done. So do not be afraid to ask for help, because to create something great or to keep going, you need to be able to offload certain things onto other people so that you can continue doing what you're good at. Some of my entrepreneurs in the comment section might get pissed off about this one, but I don't care what you say. Take a day off. Take a day off. There is a reason why in the Bible it says that we are to have a Sabbath day, because as humans, we are designed to take breaks every once in a while. And I think just taking one day off during the week, whatever day works best for you, schedule it off, take that time off to, regenerate, recoup some energy, come up with some maybe creative ideas that you can start working on later during the week and whatnot, but just give yourself a break. Plain and simple. Don't even argue with that one. Just do it. This next thing is going to sound very similar to number two, which was to get your priorities straight. But this one is going to be focus all your energy on the one thing that you're good at, or in other words, the thing that you enjoy. Now, the reason being this is so important to your longevity, and avoiding burnout, is because when we typically tend to put our energy into things that we enjoy, it gives back energy too. Like, it fills us up and makes us feel like we can keep going. For example, I love working with people. Like, I get energy from working with people. That's why I do YouTube, because my camera is literally like there's people right there. Like, I could talk to people all day. I just get energy from doing it, right? But one thing that I don't get energy from is editing. Like, if I edit all day, like literally in 3-4 hours after editing, I'm done. Like, I'm wiped, because there was no energy or fulfillment that it was getting me back. So find something that is fulfilling you, or else you are simply going to get burnt out because you are not doing something that is fulfilling you. The last and final one, this is, if not one that has been a big struggle for me. Like I said, the first one was the hardest one for me to get going on, but this is the one that is just taking me a longer time to break, even though I've been able to acknowledge it. And it is simply to remind yourself what is and what is not in your control. The reason this is so crucial to avoiding burnout is because typically people burn themselves out because they are so worried about controlling everything. I mean, at least that's what it was for me. I've been there. I've tried to handle everything. It always goes wrong. It always does exactly what you're trying to have not happen. And the reason being is because, again, we are human and we can only do so much in a day. So by allowing yourself to say, hey, look, I can only do this, I can only control this right now, everything else is gonna either have to take care of itself, or I'm gonna have to have someone else take care of it, and that's fine. Like, being able to say that and acknowledge that is, if not one of the best and strongest things that you can do for yourself. In all, that's how I've been helping myself to avoid burnout. Again, I haven't experienced it in a long time. I think I'm on a good path now, but again, back to number one, it took me to identify that I was burnt out first to even start making changes in my life so that I can be here today making this video for you guys. That's pretty much gonna do it for this video. Also, if you guys didn't already know this, my brand that I mentioned in the beginning of this video is KillBuillt. It is my own fitness clothing brand. If you guys want to go support it, the whole shop is down below, like the video. It's like on YouTube, and it's like down below there in the video section thing. Also, if any of you guys are new here, do not forget to press that subscribe button, because you guys know we'll be back. And as always, die trying to do what you love, because the sky's the limit, and I'll see you guys in the next one.